Welcome to another episode of the Kelty Hearts podcast. Today's guest, Craig Johnston, CJ, Craig Reynolds, Tiger. To save me calling you both Craig throughout. Got some problems. First and foremost, thanks for coming on and doing this. Got to ask the injury, how are you feeling?
It's not great. Obviously it's made the length of time that takes out your career, and obviously being like 31 you actually start to appreciate football a bit more, and the fact that I'm probably going to be missing close to a year through an injury is quite disappointing. That's the most disappointing thing for me. But I look at it as what I can when I've done it, that I'm trying to just stay positive and keep doing everything I can to do until we get the operation and progress and then all your rehab stuff and that. So until that point I'm just coming up Tuesday, Thursday, coming to the games, go to the gym and stuff like that, just keeping busy, keeping positive until whatever happens with it.
Are you a bit frustrated in the timing of it? Is there a lot going on at the club just now?
Aye, obviously happening in the Scottish Cup game, and then we get Dunfermline, and being local for Kelty, used to go to Dunfermline games with my dad, stuff like that. It's sort of the last time we played them, getting a goal there, it was like disappointing to miss that game. It's the games you want to play in the Scottish Cup, big games for the club, big games for yourself. So the timing of it isn't great, and obviously with everything that's happening at the club, it's exciting times for the club, and I'm kind of taking a wee back step because there's not much else I could do. So it is quite disappointing with that term.
And we'll talk about it in a wee bit more depth later on, see how you're getting on and what the rehab will look like. Tiger, how have you found the last couple of months, everything that's going on at the club?
Exciting. It needed to happen, if you ask me. We all know where we were, what position we were in as a club, financial wise, limits if you like. I think as a board we probably hit a ceiling to a certain extent. We are first division 4 years in a row. What's the next step? You know, so bringing the guys coming in, should I say, and taking over the club, I think it's a great idea. You can see other teams in the Scottish football have got owners for different countries, and it works for them. So having spoke to the guys for the last 2 or 3 weeks since they've come over, nothing but good feelings for every one of them. They're excited. 7 or 8 of them there on Saturday. Obviously Jim's going to move over here. Whoever opted to move from Portugal to Kelty, he's out of the team, but I just think that it rains. He just thinks that it just rains constantly here, which it is. But no, it's great. There's a buzz about the camp, and the players have got a wee lift there as well. You can see that, and obviously the January window, we've been able to strengthen and bring in some real quality players to add to the quality that's already in there. So no, it's exciting.
Takes a bit of pressure off yourself as well, because you want to see supporters want to see the club continue to go forward, and there's getting that realistic expectation, right? But this does create a new ceiling, like you said.
I think you're right. I mean, Leeds didn't lie, we are sitting where we are, and that's not through the lack of quality in there. It's just I've been a little bad luck, and obviously we're talking about injuries with CJ, and the list is endless. But we can't just blame, it's injury. We understand, but we're a good side, and it's just we're just not the rub of the green. But for me, as I say, with the additions we've brought in, and again, you couldn't play half of them last week, and you're going to put one of the best performances of the season.
Seven are sitting in the stand together and just injured or cup tied.
Yeah. I mean, the gaffer would have loved to be able to pick half a dozen of them, and he never had that opportunity. So it makes it easier. As far as fans are concerned, you can see the excitement of the flags, and social media has taken a bit of a hit recently with all the different things. So there is an excitement, and as I say, I'm a fan first and foremost myself, so I'm excited to see where the club goes from here. And it can only go one way as far as I'm concerned.
That flag, I think we need to put a wee step-by-step guide on how it should go. I think it's been backwards and upside down since it came in.
Aye,
I think we need to get
that's true. I think you need to get the national flag right. Yeah, it could be a bit dodgy.
So, Craig, you see if we roll back the clocks a wee bit further, you had a wee bit of time at Kelty, you played at Kelty, but I suppose kind of your big break was Montrose.
Aye, I think I was in Kelty when I was about 17 years old or something like that. You might still be playing. I'm living there. I was out for about 6 months or something. I'm off for Beef. It was still the junior leagues. We went back there and spent a couple of seasons at Cowden Beef, and then go signed with Montrose, and in my first season we won League 2. So I was at Montrose for 6 years, and all in I would say it was successful. It was the right move for me, definitely. winning League Two in your first year, and then I think we got playoffs about 3-4 years in a row, and then I think the COVID season hit and we never got to that one, and I think we got to it again, so we were always there about the playoffs, and obviously I got plenty of game time there, and it really brought me on as a player, definitely. And then at this point, when I'm playing at Montrose, I see Kelty climbing the leagues as well, and it was always in the back of my mind to come here. Like, if I got the chance, I know that I would. I didn't think against Montrose or that, I love my time there, but it was always in the back of my mind, Kelty's keeping up the leagues, and it would have been good to come here. So when the opportunity came about, it was a bit of a no-brainer for me, to be honest. Like, but nah, I love my time at Montrose. It was a successful time, and then got the move to Kelty, obviously.
How special was it getting that move to
It was a good feeling when it first came about and all that. I remember it was a good feeling when we were out here, me and you, I think, did the video on that. And then when it got released, it was good, and like being local, and I've been coming to Kelty games for years. Jerry Lewis, when he was playing for years, I remember standing up behind the goal at like probably 6-7 year old, and I fought with my dad and stuff like that. So I've been coming to Kelty games for years. So to eventually play for them, especially in League One, to see how far the clubs came, sort of how I've came as a player, and then both meeting it's special for me.
Can I ask why he's the only player that's got a video done?
Not Joe Carroll, but one.
Joe Carroll, we're still talking about him, he's been away for 10 years.
I think we did one for Charlie Mulgrew, didn't we?
Ah,
You
yeah.
tried, you were in that one.
That was
Still
really
did it.
You better go on with his one, see what happened to Charlie Mulgrew.
Did it feel different when you first put on that Kelty shirt, like that first game?
A wee bit. Every game means a lot to me. I think I kind of show that out on the part that every game means a lot. But I think when I came to Kelty and being local, it did have no added pressure. Every game's got pressure, but it did have that wee bit added to it when I stepped out on that park. Obviously, I probably ken half the people out there, so it did feel a wee bit different. But
Do you think it was a good thing or a bad thing?
no, it was a good
Pressure-
feeling for me.
pressure.
Aye. Every game's got pressure, so as a football player, you play under pressure every game. So you can thrive with pressure a bit, and it kind of makes you try to step up your performance a bit.
There was no sort of shit, these guys are really expecting someone here.
There was a wee bit of that, like, I'm not gonna lie, there was a wee bit of that, but nah, as soon as you go in, like, as soon as you get out there, you forget about it, you just play. But
To be fair, it was when Steph and myself got appointed onto the board. It was the first proper signing, I'd say. It was we had a theory that get somebody local, again, and Francis had retired, so the best option was CJ. So
came in through default.
that was a great move for the club. Again, probably a fee was paid as well, and a substantial fee. But we knew what we were getting. We knew local lad, knew the club, knew what the club meant, knew the foundations, knew where the club was going to go, and I'd taken a few phone calls back and forward, didn't get wrong, and that's just what happens with players when they're wanting the next thing in clubs want. Not so much serious, to be fair. Montrose were, and I'm going to give them credit because we were maybe naive when we tried to buy them, and we went in with X, and they're like, no, it's Y, and we're like, well, we can maybe give you this. Like, no, listen, that's the fee. And I knew Stuart to have been at Belgium, and I thought, I'll get this, I'll get one cheap, I know what I mean. No. And as I say, that's how they work, and we've learned for that. And it took about 4 weeks, and we ended up paying what they wanted right at the very start. If we just paid it immediately, but that's a learning curve.
To be fair, I think at Montrose, I had a good first season when we won League Two and that, and then I had a wee middle spell where I got another injury, I broke my fifth metatarsal, so I was out for a wee bit with that, and maybe wasn't playing to the best, but then towards the end of the career I kind of picked up again a wee bit as well, and I had signed a 2-year deal, and I was 1 year into it, and that's when Kelty came to me, so I still had a year left. It wasn't like I was out of contract as well, so I think that maybe had a wee bit to play in it. So
See, obviously when you go back to everything sort of pre-Lowland League, there was a lot of Kelty and local in that dressing room. How important do you think it is now that we've got players from east to west coast to have sort of that identity, that hometown identity in the
It is important. As somebody that they know the roots, but being the club and being the children we've got, I think the minute you sign and go in there, you get it. You understand what Kelty means. We're totally unique. I always say that on these things. We're different. We're a different organisation to anybody else. I feel that the way we run is totally different to anybody else, and you just get the vibe and the feeling for the players. Well, there's what's going on. Come back, easily come back. And I think if you spoke to players who've been away, they would come back if the option was there. Probably especially now, but It's important to have ground roots and people who know the club. Hence the reason you've got the committee and the directors who've been here for a long time, and that helps as well. But no, I do think it's important.
Special year for the club, obviously 50 years. It's been lost a little bit in everything that's gone on this year, but did it feel quite special for you to be here for that anniversary season?
Aye, as I suppose, big anniversary, and then being local and play for the club, it's quite a special year. Aye, that's why it's also quite gutting for the injury as well, because I'm not going to get to complete it, and obviously the position we're in, I'd love to be there and able to help the boys, and because we didn't obviously want to be getting relegated in the 50th year, but I can't really help them to do it. But no, it is massive for the club being 50 years, so it is good to be involved and be here for it.
Even though you talk about the injury there and not being able to help, you're still part of the club.
Aye,
I mean, you're still the captain.
Still feel part of it. Like I say, I'm still coming in Tuesday, Thursday, so I'll come in and I'll be in the changing room Tuesday, Thursday, and when the boys go to train, I just go to the gym because we get access to the gym. So I always go to the gym, then go down the road, and then I'm up every Saturday for games, and I'm still in about it. I don't feel like I'm lost in the changing room. I still feel part of the team. It's not great when they go to train and you're going home and that, but I didn't feel like I'm not part of it still. Like the gaffer and kids and that, they always keep me involved in that. The gaffer's always up, give you a cuddle every time you're in and that. So it's a close dressing room. I didn't feel like I've distanced myself for anything in there at all. So
see, when you think back to when you say you are 8-9-year-old watching Tiger playing football, did you think it would come to this sort of level? Was that something you thought was possible, or do you think top of the juniors was kind of where they could go?
Well, obviously when I was younger, like the pyramid system wasn't set up, so it was just juniors was your max. Like I was at the Junior Scottish Cup final, like Kelty would be going for the Junior League, but that was it. There was no other step into it. So obviously back then when you're younger, you just thought that was it, and then the pyramid system came about, and for Kelty to do what they've done, to be honest, it's been years of success, climbing the leagues, and then a club like the size of Kelty and Village to still be in League One for 4 years in a row, it is very successful. When you look at the other teams in the league, full-time teams like Queen of the South and Hamilton and Inverness, Kelty's in that league with them, so it is successful.
When you, for yourself, you played a big part of the community club, you set it up. Now in your roles as sport director, is there a sense of pride for you in this 50th year?
Definitely. Obviously we've had events, but I agree with what you're saying, it's kind of got lost a wee bit with everything that's going on. You wouldn't have turned it down, so we've just had to roll it, but no, it's great. It was great to see a few of the older players that they function, to be honest. We've seen the aged a wee bit better than I have, but I don't know, doing the dote your day or whatever it is. But no, it's great. Listen, as CJ just touched on there, the junior club, basically that's where you've come to. You see the teams in the league, as you say, the full-time teams, but then you look at the fully second division, right, and then you look at, and it's no disrespect at all, but your Cowdenbeath, your Berwicks, your teams like that who went down, Brecons, Albion Rovers, East Stirlings, and see it's a really, really difficult league to go to, that lower league, and then we've climbed out the second division. Now we're in 4 here, and as to go on our 50th anniversary is great, and obviously we're looking at the table, we can only go one way, and Saturday's massive for that, and I think it's time. Everything just seems to be coming together now. The buy sort of been done. We can settle, we can relax on that side, and the players will get a kick for that. As I say, I touched on LA, seen that on Saturday. This is probably time now to kickstart the last half of the season and just see where it takes us. It's
not easy what's happened, what Kelty's done, and I think people maybe underestimate a wee bit of the standard. They like League 2, League 1 and that, and then they jump, but it isn't easy to be involved in the leagues every year, and you've got to just take your hat off to everyone at the club. There will be a lot of people behind the scenes in that who didn't even get recognised, that have done loads for the club and stuff like that. Without all that, like, it all has to come together.
Yeah. See for yourselves as well, we've got to a stage of this season it would have been a wee bit challenging. You spoke about all the successes that there was at Montrose. The 90s for Kelty Hearts was massive. How, seeing that changing room, how do you lift the boys when it's a tougher season? It must be a bit easier when you're winning all the time, you win hell laugh.
And there's been spells in the changing room this year where you're obviously naturally a bit down after certain results or whatever, but to be honest with you, the changing room, the mood's high. I can't be wearing that bit. Probably with what's happened recently has helped, but the mood's high in there, and I believe that we could get out. So I can only speak for myself, but I think everyone else does as well. And I think that's having the belief to get out of the position we're in, and I think everybody in there does. The manager certainly does. I think a lot of the players do. I think it can definitely be done.
I think we've had that, the players, the behind the scene guys, and even the supporters. I think something that's been quite eye-opening this season is there is a really good level of patience. There's no been daggers out and panic stations from everywhere. I think everybody's got a belief in the squad and being able to see it. You're always positive, Tiger, when you're going about. How is it to come in? You came in, sometimes the heats are doing with staff and supporters to keep everybody's heads up.
It's important that you be positive, if you've just said there. I'm just one of the guys who I would just try to see the best in everything. But
that's like myself with, I ken it's a different thing, but see with the injury, I said to myself, I kind of got a long bit in front of me, I said to myself, I could sit and moan about with this, I could sit, be all doom and gloom and stuff like that, but it's not going to heal me any quicker, so I might as well look at it in a positive way. So you can look at it however you want, but I take the positives for it.
I mean, there's enough games. If you're sitting here and you're at 4 wins out of 3 games, that's when you're struggling. You know what I mean? Because that would be hard, eh? But there's plenty of time. I mean, we've got a lot of home games to come up, and as I touched on this Saturday, for me, we kick on for Saturday.
Yeah.
But as CJ says, I've seen the change room, seen the gaffer, kids, backroom staff. Everybody's the same mindset. That this is
you would
doable.
probably think that we are all doing and going, but it's no. And you boys coming in that set, the place has been lifted now. The place is lifted in there, and everyone's got that mindset it's done. So
The performances on the pitch haven't been.
Aye, that's the thing. So that it's quite hard. You want to work on a Monday night and then like you've been beat again, but I'm like, aye, but like we should there. We could be 3-4 up. We're no sort of kids in that set a lot. The gaffer, it comes down to sort of both boxes. I think it's came down to this year. We're maybe not taking our chances, and then maybe letting a few slack goals in. That's what it's came down to. It's not that we're going out and getting battered every week, because it's not the case. A couple of games it's happened, right, but that happens for the season, it's football. That's not the case every week. I feel like we're going out and we could be the better team for the majority of the game, but because we didn't take a chance, then we might lose a slack goal, and that's why we are where we are.
I've had that. I worked in Edinburgh for years, so I've got like friends over there that didn't get watch the football. And I say that to them all the time, we shouldn't have me. And then I do sometimes feel like an update because you sit and look at the
I know.
But it is,
Actually,
it's not been many games where I thought we deserved to go.
I actually hide on a Monday at my work, because see on a Friday that everyone will ask me, Kelty, when on Saturday, I'm like, aye, Saturday, get us the and I actually hide till about 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon to hopefully go for a go and let it sell.
I didn't answer any messages for the first couple of days, and then gets to Friday and folk are asking me if we should put Kelty on the coupon, but definitely of course spoke a lot of money this year with my optimism.
We have, for example, so someone that specialises in corporate financial advice. So say you've started a business and you're looking to install a pension scheme or install life insurance for, get that all done through the company. We work with, providers that kind of can sort that out for you. Also, it's just stuff like, I've no idea what age you want to retire. Maybe you don't know, right? So what we do is we model, okay, well, say right now you think that in the future, if you were going to retire, you'd want $2,000 a month. How do we get you there? What have you got right now, and how do we get you there? Essentially, is what we do. But really, it's a wide scope.
So with your injury, how tough is it mentally? Because football is a big part of your life.
I know. I've actually been quite lucky, I suppose, throughout my career, because this is 31, and this is like probably the first major one. That's it. I broke my 5th metatarsal, got a screw in that. There was nothing too major about that. And this is like, right, you say to somebody you've done your ACL, and they're like, oh, have you? Like, it's 9 months after the op before you're back on the park. I'm already a month in. I've not even got a date for an op or anything like that yet. I'm still waiting to see people, so it could be like a year. And like I say, as I'm now getting older, I start to realise you haven't got as much years. I feel like you maybe take it for granted when you're 24, 25 and that, and you've got years. Now I'm 31, I'm like, I've maybe got 4 or 5 years left, something like that. So to miss a year through this injury, it's the most frustrating thing for me. But like I say, I'm in the position I'm in. There's nothing I could do about it except for follow what I need to follow, get the operation, and then as soon as I can start my rehab, just stick to it and go for it with that. So,
is there something in particular that sort of motivated you? Is it that sort of realisation that?
I'd say that is it. I'd say that is it. Is the maybe the time I've got left. So, for me, when I get the operation I need, it will be a case of like heat on it to be back on the park as quick as I can. That is my motivation, if I'm being honest with you. So,
how, see from behind the scenes, what's your priority? Because to get these guys to support them, because there's a balancing act in there. Operations cost money, but we want to get players back. How does that work behind the scenes for folk who don't see that side of football?
Well, it's difficult because the season we've had, many of
I'm the
Callum
third
Flatman,
to do
the
this.
gaffer, the operations, Robbie Coles had operations, CD's got to do operations, so it's difficult financial wise, but we'll find a way, we always do, and we'll get there and do the best we can for the boys, because at the end of the day, as he says, he's not getting any younger, so we need him back in the park as quick as we can.
The club are good with MRI. I had the MRI that week and that, so I got all the results and everything, and right now I'm speaking to people through NHS, but hopefully we're going to be looking at an option to go private, but it depends with money because I didn't get paid at my work when I'm off either, so like for me it's not just like paying for an operation, it's 8 weeks off of work after it, so I need to wait up, can maybe hopefully speak to the club and see if anything could come about and
when you speak to Paddy Finney's when he's putting his picture up in his OnlyFans page, so that should cover.
We'll see what happens there the next week.
I never knew that.
Did you? So did I get injuries? Were you going to say
that? Yeah, what were your injuries like when you were playing, and what was the rehab process like back then? You just get on with it, or?
Mate, I broke my leg. I had a stuco for 6 weeks. I was back training 6 weeks and a day after it was stuco. We were made different. The ACL was just 3 letters in the alphabet when we played. We would have probably just played on with it.
To be fair, I tried. I played on for 5 months.
But no, that's all I done was broke my leg in a cup final with Kelty. And quite a funny story actually. A Sunday in, was it Oakley against Glenorthis? I went round the goal and I went and cracked the full inside ball in my ankle, broken. Gordon Edwards, physio, was come on, she just put some water on it, I'll be fine. I walked off and I took a step back and collapsed. So, but with a night out planned, so I mind Lisa says, well, you'll have to come home with me in the car and I'll take you to the hospital. I'm like, yeah. So you've got a night out. So when I do so I'll not be late. I'm not kidding, I must go to about the back at 10 and I'd had so many bottles of beer and I wasn't getting drunk, I didn't feel any different, it was just the sheer pain and we were in the Glen Tavern, we flew for road, and Andy Rollo, his mum were going down to wee Jimmy, so he's picked me up and he's put me on his back and he's carrying me on his back and he's got to the garage at the corner of the high street and slipped. And we moved on his back and he's landed on top of his. Now Ted was about 6'3" and about 18 stone and I wasn't, and I've managed to walk to the boozer and this random guy in the street's like, excuse me, he says, you've got a broken ankle. Right, he went, I'm an RAF, I'm a paramedic, whatever it is, and he's like, I really think you've got a broken ankle, you better get the road. So I jumped in a taxi and went up the road at the back at 10 and Lisa's like, I'm not taking you now. She said, I had your chance to go at 4 o'clock. So I had to get Steph to come down and watch my wee man, because he was young at the time, took me into the hospital, and that was it. In fact, the practice nurse says, you've got a sprained ankle, so you can imagine the grief I got. I want a second opinion. And the doctor come through and no, she just cracked the full ball in inside the ankle. So I was stupid for 6 weeks. So, but then as I say, the minute it was off.
Did you miss?
I didn't think I missed that many games. I think we were that good, we'd already won the league, so it was fine. But no, it was the end of the season, with the cup finals, and so I almost missed pre-season. Pre-season was never what it's like now. So no, as I say, I was very fortunate. That was all I done. A couple of the operations, but they were tidy up jobs, so cysts and things like that, but nothing major, mate.
So pretty similar stories to your injuries then.
I didn't go it.
I think this story's been done to death recently, but the American investor, I'll start with you. Yeah, CJ, when you first heard about it, what was your first thoughts?
Well, for me it can only be positive. So just what Tiger said earlier, in terms of limits, like probably did reach where we could go. So for me it can only be a positive for the club. The sort of plan they've got over the next 3 to 5 years, what they're planning on coming in and doing, I can't see any negatives for it. For a club our size and where we're at, can only be positive for me.
I think the balance between the obviously ambition, best part-time football club, we're looking, there's a lot of chat about Arbroath, I think, getting thrown about, because they've sort of done something similar. But also balance it with sustainability and the fact that they're looking to, we're all looking to keep it going. I think that's
what you said there, sustainability. So I think that was a bit of a worry creeping in, probably for you. It would have been the worry creeping in for you, but surely now, like this keeps Kelty.
Soon as you hear money and loads,
people get excited about that.
Folks start saying great this.
But I like that they're coming in and they've got plans for like the stadium and that. It's not just coming in and they'll just do this for players. Like, they're coming in with trying to like lift everything as well. So the whole surroundings, which is good. I think.
The full infrastructure. They've looked at the change rooms. They've looked at other outbuildings we've got. Just general round about the park stuff, and obviously the pitch is getting done at the end of the year. So, but then obviously the players, there will be money available on the pitch as well, which is important. So, no, it's exciting. It's been a long spell trying to get over the line. It's taken a while, but these things do. So, no, it's great.
It's early days as well, I think. And short term, there's been some things. We've seen some investment in the players on the park to sort of help us out through the rest of the season. But I think there's still a lot to be seen, sort of longer term.
It's a bit early yet still to see what's happening.
They have come out and said the best part-time team in Scotland. They have, that's been a quote for Jordan and the guys. And Arbroath's a fantastic model. If you're going to follow anybody in Scottish football, for me it's Arbroath. The way they've been run. They had a good, how long were the championship? For about 5 years, was it? Just before COVID and things like that. So
to keep that in the championship that long,
so, and then now they came down and then they went back up and they're flying. They're absolutely flying, so it's a good target to aim for.
One more sponsor shout out we've got to do is for the episode sponsor. So it's Sports Sponsorship, who match great brands with awesome sports clubs, whether you're into football, rugby, cricket, hockey, boxing, MMA, or just love sports podcast. Sports Sponsorship can help your business partner with awesome clubs like Kelty Hearts to push your brand awareness for your business and support worthy causes like helping thousands of kids into regular sports. If you're interested, visit sportsponsorship.co.uk and arrange a free consultation with sponsorship experts today. Right, as we do these podcasts, right, few week games and like quick fire stuff. So first one that we came up for this week is Craig versus Craig. Just a quick fire round, it's just 30 seconds each, it's not to worry about, it's just 30 seconds on, I'll start with you CJ. Your best teammate you've had at Kelty?
Best teammate I've had at Kelty? God, I'll have to get to Murray.
Murray, why would you say that?
I've known him since he came on loan when I was at County Beef, he came on loan for Hearts, so I've actually known him for about 10 years or something like that, but I was rekindled at Kelty.
What about yourself, Tiger?
Like it's obvious it's Steffi, I mean,
he's got to say that in a minute.
I'm fair to go to bed at night, in case he's there, he's everywhere, but no, listen, he was here a long time, testimonial, and we've followed each other about, played so many teams together, it's unbelievable, so he gets a vote.
I might have said the gaffer then, but he's a gaffer now, so I'll say that.
Tiger, you can do this one first. Back in your playing days, worst dressed in the dressing room?
Scott Logan.
What is this, attire choice?
Whatever his mum brought him over to the Lindsay Tavern on Saturday night, I guarantee it was a shirt and a pair of denims and a pair of sandals, probably, that's all I wore. He had this blue shirt, I can mind him with that one. And, he used to, if they're here, I can't say quick fire, but this we used to go to the booze and he'd be there back at 7 next minute, he'd see him on the phone. If he wasn't phoning Wally Greenhill, he'd be phoning his mum to bring a change of clothes. She used to bring the same shirt and jeans with her every week, so Scott Logan definitely gets that.
CJ?
What's dressing there? I know kids are boys would maybe say me, because I like to wear stuff quite tight and that, and none of them else are like that. What's dressing there?
Is it a well dressing room?
Aye, the boys are got a wee bit, so.
That's fine.
Aye.
If you think you will, we can
Did
always.
Flatman not get did you not see
Flatman's in fact, Flatman's are a bit
Aye,
dodgy. Whatever they wanted Manchester last year, it was like on a crop top and it was. I think he was injured, so he wasn't playing. So he was a wee bit heavier, so it's like a wee set of boobs in his crop top. So we'll go Flatman.
Good vision, that.
See, you obviously you put in mile loads and loads of running on the pitch, but who's the hardest trainer?
Me. What can I say?
Who comes out and if you start to finish, or just go?
Yeah, that's good. Aye, he's got an engine on him. Aye, in fact, for the minute he came in this season, I noticed that he works hard himself, and I'll go back on that.
What about yourself for your playing days, Tiger?
Playing days here. Callum Chalmers maybe. That's it. Igor. You wouldn't think to look at it now right enough. He's like a barrel, but but he's 5'3", Callum. That way, I don't know how height he is, but nah, great lad. You'd hear 11 Callum Chalmers on your team, so I'll see that before he gives me grief. I definitely have, but no, he trained well. Trained as he very, very similar to Dick Bailey. Trained as he played, and that's how you get the best of players.
Last one, it's not 30 seconds, and I'll let you go first. One word to describe the other Craig.
So to say one word.
One word.
I was going to say similar in terms of hairstyle and colour.
I was going that way.
Yeah, I was going to say similar in terms of goals, but we'll know because that's what loads of you didn't. One word. Can I just say skipper? No, what I'll say is vital.
Good.
Take that. I was going to say legend, and then it started turning into my hair. I can't score goals, so I was going to change it, but nah, I think he's got to go down as a club legend.
Right, one more, and then we'll finish it off. Like, no quick fire this every game. Terrible name, but this is probably what I spent most of my time coming up with, right? Reynolds, relics, or CJ's fresh kicks, right? And it's going to be a wee game where, right, here's how it works. I'm going to name 3 things that all came out in the same year. You've got to tell me, are we closer to Tiger's last game, which is in 2013, or CJ's first game signing for Kelty in 2023? Okay, so the first one. Oof. The Ice Bucket Challenge went viral in this year. Guardians of the Galaxy is released. Does anybody want to take a guess before I give you the third that might be away?
And what year that was?
What year?
Well, it's closer than me on him.
Closer. Is it a Reynolds relic?
It's closer to CJ. 2021.
Correct.
What was it?
Was that the year?
2014.
2014.
The Ice Bucket Challenge, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm like that.
When did that Ice Bucket Challenge was something to do with COVID? Why didn't Reynolds like that?
I'm pretty sure you did it.
That was possible.
I did,
It must have been just after you finished. And Germany won the World Cup in Brazil. That was a third one. I thought you might get it straight away. So closer to.
So 1-0 me.
Yeah, 1-0 you.
How many questions are there?
5.
That's right.
Alright, next one. Despacito became the most streamed song in the world.
Closer to me.
iPhone X was released. Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1 in the Champions League final.
Closer to me.
Aye, I agree.
What years do you think it was?
I'll go 2018.
2017. Closer to Tiger.
Oh, is that?
Was it?
One each? No, you don't said that. So.
Right, next one. This was the year the PlayStation 5 launched. Film Parasite won an Oscar. And it's the only year since its inception that nobody won the Ballon d'Or.
That's got to be me.
What was the film?
Parasite.
Who was in that?
It was the foreign speaking
What was that
film.
film?
Parasite, I think.
That's got to be me.
And they didn't win the Ballon d'Or?
Nope.
How no?
I'll tell you once you give me an answer.
Something must have happened. There must be COVID or something. I'll go closer to CJ.
Correct, yeah. 2020.
But I'm going to tell you a double
2-1. I'll maybe offer some bonus points if it gets
Aye, right,
to a
I
tiebreaker.
could rather do that.
Right, so this is the year Pokemon Go took over the world. It was the year of the Brexit referendum.
Closer to him.
Aye, closer to me, and I'm going to go 20.
For a bonus point here.
Aye.
Okay, I got a bonus point.
Well,
2013.
You go first.
I'm going to go 15.
16. So it's 2 each because you neither got it right. No.
Nah, we both got it right.
3-1. Aye, you didn't got the bonus point.
3-2.
3-2,
You're right.
fucking hell. Right, last one.
Gascoigne's joke
Last
saying
one. You're
there,
gonna need,
You need this bonus point.
Then he does.
Right, Liverpool won the Champions League. The Avengers Endgame was released, and TikTok exposed to popularity worldwide.
It's got to be closer to me. And I'm going.
The game against AC Milan.
I don't know, just
Oh,
Liverpool
aye.
wins the Champions League.
And Gerrard scores.
What one? Aye. It can't be that
Dude,
one. Because that's 100%.
Well, then go to the other.
It's got to be the next one. It's
Avengers
got to be the next
Endgame.
one. I'm going
Who were they playing the next game?
to go 2019.
It's not 2019, is it?
What are you saying?
It's not 2019.
It's 2019, he's won.
Yes.
Is it?
He's won, regardless of what you say.
What was that, about 6-1 or something?
6-2. Right, just to close out, what does success look like next year? What do you think? Is winning the league too big a jump? Or?
Nah, I'd say it's obviously hopefully staying up in the league this season. And then one thing that never managed to get here but came down to the last few games is playoffs. I actually thought we could have had a chance this season, but everything's went against us with injuries and that's not going to. But for me, staying up this season and then a successful season next season would be sneaking into that playoff place, especially if full-time teams still going to be in the league. I think if we can get into a playoff place at the end of next season, it would be very successful.
Tiger, I've asked you this one before, but things have changed, I think, since I last asked you. Where do you see Kelty in 5 years?
Now, again, you have asked me, and my answer would probably be different, but going with what's happened with the new owners, we'll be in a much better place. I firmly believe that. What league we'll be in, who knows? Obviously they've got goals and they've got ambition. Let's just wait and see what happens.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks Tiger, see
Cheers,
you.
guys.
And thanks to everybody who's listening, and we'll do another one in a couple of weeks or so.
Top man. Perfect. Cheers.